Hello and welcome to Cannabis Talk 101, the world's #1 source for everything cannabis. My name's Blue. Alongside of me are the world famous pot brothers at law, Mark and Craig Wasserman, and Mr. Joe Grande. And you are now tuned in to the greatest cannabis show on the planet. Now, guys, we want to thank you guys all for joining the Cannabis Talk 101. Make sure you check out our website at www.cannabistalk101.com. If you want to give us a call, it's 1-800-420-1980. That number again is 1-800-420
1980.
Yes, Freddie is sitting in right here. We've got an amazing guest for you guys today, but before I tell you who our guest is, I do want you to make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and so much more at Cannabis Talk 101, as we are your #1 source for everything cannabis. Now, Freddie, what's going down on the show?
Well, I just want to tell you something, that Advanced Nutrients is the first and only complete growing system for cannabis that optimizes all phases of the vegetative state and the bloom cycles to bring your crops their true genetic potential. Discover more at advancednutrients.com.
This is so true, guys. This is so true. If you don't know what kind of nutrients to get, go to Advanced Nutrients. They will take care of you guys. Now, we got this young gentleman right here, and I've seen this guy throughout the industry, up and down the industry for many years. He's represented different brands until he finally launched his own brand, and then now he's launching his own brand. Bishop, welcome to the show.
Yo.
Gonna have to tighten up on that mic. Mic. What's up, Bishop? How you doing, man?
Doing good. Feeling great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, wait. Feeling good? Doing great? Thanks for having you?
Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. Thanks for having the mic on, Pit. We appreciate that. Yeah, no, I know. Just making sure. So listen, Bishop, talk to us, man. I mean, first of all, I'm going to bring up some old shit, right?
Cool.
In my opinion, you were the face of several different companies, throughout the birth of cannabis, one of them being
Caviar Gold.
You were the face of Caviar Gold for many years, very tough, I see your smile go like, damn, what you mean by that? One of your OG buddies that you grew up with, you know what I mean? That, you guys came out here together, if I'm not mistaken, and I remember it was funny because we didn't even know that I didn't know that you guys were like literally on the same block as us and around the corner.
You put your put your studio right there.
Well, I mean, I knew, but I didn't really know until I found out like a week before we were about to lock up our studio there that you were a block away from there. It wasn't like, yo, like Caviar Gold's over there, let's move over there. It was like, yo, this is available, let's go there. We were talking about putting a lease together, and then it was like, yo, like, Bishop, you guys are right here, and it's like right there.
Yeah, it's like a small world.
It was super
everywhere.
small.
Yeah.
So I mean, ultimately, where's home for you originally?
To be honest, I was conceived here and born in the Midwest.
Oh, nice.
That's what my hippie mom says.
That's what the hippie mom says. You're like, you were born in California.
Yeah, I'm a California boy. But ultimately, I've lived all over the country: Vegas, Oklahoma, Texas.
Yeah, if you want to grab it and pull it like
Carolina.
this, you can.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That way you get it nice and close to you. If you want.
All right.
So with that being said, though, so you've been around the Midwest, right?
Oh, I've been to 49 states out of 50.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. And so this is home for you.
Yeah. It has been for the past 12 years and multiple prior to that.
What I've noticed from you is that you tend to have been able to adapt to the industry. You relate to the industry a little more than I think some of these brands have, and your longevity will probably be here a lot longer than a lot of those brands, just because of the relative, that you're involved in the industry. Like, I see you at these events. You're part of the culture. You're a vegan too, right?
Yeah.
You're a vegan. I've watched you, take care of yourself as far as eating healthy and being holistic in the cannabis space, which is a lot of people don't realize it's like cannabis is holistic. It's a holistic plant. Like there's so many stories out there that you hear about people involved in the cannabis industry, and you're like, oh well, they use it for so many different purposes. What is your purpose in the cannabis industry right now?
Well, my purpose right now is to just kind of enlighten people, educate them, on how we can eat better, be healthier, and so I kind of want to use the brand as a vessel to do that. So, just education, a lot of stuff that we've, lacked in learning growing up just because of, textbook criteria. We learn what they teach us, we don't.
What is the brand right now?
Hush Supply.
Hush Supply.
Yeah.
When I first heard Hush, right? at first I was like Hush, and then you came out with Hush Money.
Yeah.
That was to me, that was like game changer, dude. I was like, Freddie, you remember?
Oh, absolutely. Like, going back, Bishop was like one of the first actual cannabis ambassadors and influencers. This is before social media and things of that nature. So, his history is incredible and impeccable, and his work ethics changed the game. I mean, he was one of the first guys to really take that marketing and sales to another level.
Yeah.
To the other levels that all companies follow Bishop.
Well, the thing is he was first to market, with the other brands, and then, do you want to talk about the falling out? Not really.
I never really even talked about it publicly ever. Like, unless
Welcome
you know
to
me.
Cannabis Talk 101.
Yeah. And if you don't want to,
if you don't know me, like
step right
nobody's
past it.
really. I would have to just like kind of think about how I could word it publicly,
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, and there's always two sides to that story,
Yeah.
right? So there's his side, there's your side, there's the brand side, there's the
And then there's the truth.
and then there's the truth. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter. Because, like, I personally look at it like, yo, dude. When people ask me, oh, who built that brand? I'd be like, yo, that was Bishop. Like, Bishop went out there and put his heart, his blood, his sweat, and his tears into building that brand. How do I know? Because you were the face of that brand. And when Hush came out and you started pushing Hush brand and you got really behind it and your heart was really in it, dude, I was like, oh, here he goes again. He's doing it again.
Yeah,
you know what I
I got
mean?
it.
Which is not easy to do.
Yeah, it's Phoenix from the ashes, and that's the best advice I can get. No matter how bad you get beat up and things go wrong, like at the end of the day, you're gonna still like have your life tomorrow. You're still alive, and no matter how bad it can get, you got to just keep pushing. No matter what, you got to roll with the punches. It's all experiences, and you may be on top, you may be on the bottom, but just to look at things from like a natural perspective, it's.
Do you ever
It's all
miss?
just-
Do you ever miss the other brands that you worked with? Because you've had other brands. There's been several different brands. That
I
you worked
mean,
with.
that's the thing why I want to do something different this time. And what I want to really do is kind of goes against the grain. But, I feel like every time I go against the grain, I do well, and I find my lane, my own route. And, that's why I think right now for what we've kind of tried to build with Hush, like the acronym for it stands for Help Us Save Humanity.
Wait,
so-
say that again. Hush stands for what?
Help Us Save Humanity.
Wow.
So-
So much of a bigger.
A lot deeper than Hush Money.
Yeah. You,
I thought it was a gangster brand.
Yeah, you're like Hush
Well-
Money. Take some Hush Money. Help us save humanity.
Yeah.
Hush.
So originally,
Wow.
when I had started the brand, I started to follow my old protocol as far as marketing goes, and then just basically, whenever COVID hit, I had like a spiritual awakening. So I basically flipped a leaf and tried to reinvent the brand myself, everything, and just push positive energy and anything we can do to help us be sustained in this type of environment.
Sure. Now, so you've actually created the Hush brand, and what kind of product lines do you guys carry right now for Hush brand?
We have infused products, pre-rolls, like Moonrock Hush Puppies, we call them. So
Hush Puppies.
yeah, they call Hush Puppies.
It
So-
just sounds legit.
Doesn't it?
What do you like? We got Hush
So
Puppies.
and that's
we
why
got
I gotta
Hush
do
Money.
it. I gotta just try and come up and be creative, So like we didn't want to do moon rocks or whatever call them. So
Yeah.
and we have just regular flower vapes and all that. So as we get into the new location too, I'm gonna put the edible line on there as well.
You're gonna
So,
start edible. What kind of
yeah.
edibles are you looking at?
mainly just gummies and stuff that don't have like no baked goods, just stuff with a decent shelf life. So.
Yeah, stuff that'll last a little longer, right? It's funny you say that, and that's for those that are out there looking to get in the industry. He made a very valid point. Something to kind of take in is like if you're looking to get involved, he said gummies because they got a better shelf life than like a brownie, right? Because the brownies have eggs and stuff in it, and they have different milks and whatever.
Yeah.
Usually, even if they're vegan, they still they won't last quite as long as a gummy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So now listen, real quick, Ian, when you come out with Hush, like I remember, this super big fire. I mean, it was like, it honestly, like when I look at it, dude, like I remember Hush coming out and it was like I want to say like Marlboro. What was the
Marlboro dollars.
Marlboro dollars or the Camel
Yep.
Camel dollars or whatever, and I'm seeing it out, and it's Cannabis Talk 101. And before we go into that, we'll be right back after this break.
It's Cannabis Talk 101, the world's #1 source for everything cannabis. With Blue, Joe Grande, Mark and Craig Wasserman, the Pot Brothers-in-Law. Listen to the podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the show now.